buddy. Push the button on that.
Good afternoon and welcome to this afternoon's game here at the Seagull Classic between St. Joseph's of Hammonton and Southern Regional. And now your starting lineups. First, for the Wildcats of St. Joseph's, dressed in their red.
Welcome back in courtside here at Holy Spirit High School, the 2020 Seagull Classic. Mike Frankel, Matt Ulmer with you for our second boys game of the day, St. Joe of Hammonton versus Southern. It'll be the Wildcats out of the Cape Atlantic League taking on the Rams from the Shore Conference, and another one of these interesting interconference matchups here at the Seagull Classic. We just saw Cherokee really take control early against Glassboro and win that game 50-30. And plenty more games on tap later today. After this one, it'll be Camden Catholic against Linden. That one set for about a 5 o'clock tip. 6:30, it'll be Rancocas Valley versus West Deptford. And then at 8 o'clock, it'll be Wildwood Catholic against Elizabeth. Starting lineups being introduced right now for both teams. St. Joseph coming in with a record of 2-1. The Wildcats have been off since the 30th of December when they beat Egg Harbor Township 82-66 as part of the Boardwalk Basketball Classic down at the Wildwoods Convention Center. Southern coming in on a hot start under first-year head coach John Pampalone, 5-1. The Rams advancing all the way to the final of the Score at the Shore, tournament, where they fell to Lenape in that final. 5-1 overall. They did play last night. They beat Toms River East in a low-scoring game, 37-25. So 2-1 St. Joe versus 5-1 Southern here at the Seagull Classic at Holy Spirit High School in Absecon. St. Joe will be wearing red with black numbers. Southern in white with the gold numbers. Starting lineups for both teams. Daniel Skillings gets the start for St. Joe, along with Jason Prevard. Marcus Pierce, the Middle Township transfer. He's had a strong season so far. Jordan Stafford gets the start as well, along with Nick Delva. Now for Southern, Luke Inferna gets the start, along with Ben Ridgway. Will Devane gets the start as well. Jay Silva will man the middle for Southern. So we're underway. St. Joseph controls the tip. The Rams come out in a 2-3 zone defense as the Wildcats try to work it side to side here. Pierce with the basketball. Up top to Stafford. Pierce, three on the way, but he walked first. Shot went in, but it will not count. Paul Rodeo Jr. not thrilled with the decision, but so here comes Southern now with the basketball. This is Will Devane. Gets it over to Noah Wasix. Back to Devane, almost lost it. Now into the corner here as the Rams go baseline. Layup is off the mark there as Ben Ridgway couldn't get it to go. Cleared by St. Joe. Stafford, full head of steam, goes glass. As we have bodies crashing into the bleachers down there. Silva took a spill. He's okay. And it'll result in Jordan Stafford going to the line to shoot two. First free throw is off the back iron for Jordan Stafford.
Jordan Stafford at the line for the Wildcats.
Second one rims out, so we're still scoreless. Almost a minute into this opening quarter here. Luke Inferna across the timeline. Guarded closely there by Stafford as the St. Joe bench claps. Inferna now to the baseline, cut off there, picks up his dribble. Back up top. Ridgway thought about a three, now he'll back it out. Ben Ridgway. Into the far corner for Noah Wasicks. Trying to back cut, and he finds a teammate there, but hanging in the air and turning it over. Here comes St. Joe the other way. Pierce was in between a jump step and dribbling, and he got stuck in the middle, and he traveled. So it would have been an easy layup for Marcus Pierce. Instead, it's another turnover. We had over 40 turnovers in the last game, and some of that bleeding over to this one. Still 0-0, a minute and a half in here in the first quarter. Southern versus St. Joe Hammonton. Here's Ridgway. Ridgway, skip pass to Will Devane. His three is on the way and short. Long rebound taken down by St. Joe. 2-on-1 break. Pierce throws it up. Skillings with the alley-oop. Not a clean dunk, but he gets it to go through. St. Joe will certainly take it. And Skilling with the first points of the ball game. The Wildcats on top, 2-0. Inferno with the basketball. Over to Ridgway. They dump it down low. Shot too strong, taken down by St. Joe. Another 2-on-1 break. Skillings takes it himself this time, draws the contact, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. That foul will go against Luke Inferna.
Rams foul on number 20, Santino Guerrero. His first, team's first.
First shot is good there for Skillings. He has all three of the game's points so far. Get another shot. Second shot off the mark. Skillings knew it as soon as it left his hand. So 1 for 2 at the line there for Daniel Skillings. Here's Luke Inferna to bring it across the timeline for the Rams. Pass almost stolen. Devine able to catch it back to Inferna. Dips in. Drops the ball down low. Shot is off the mark down there from Ridgway, and here comes St. Joe again on another fast break, but Wasicks able to get back and break that one up. Ball will stay with the Wildcats as Nick Devane checks into the ball game for the first time. And Ridgway will head to the bench. Wildcats work the ball into the corner. It's a three on the way from Skillings, and he bangs it. 6 points for Daniel Skillings. And it's 6-0 St. Joe. Rams need a bucket here, still scoreless. Down by 6, hard to the bucket. Off the mark there, though, was Nick Devane. Now we're back the other way. On the run. Count it for Jason Prevard. And one. So Prevard gets it to go. 8-0 St. Joe. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot another. But first we have a timeout called by John Pampalone of Southern. The Rams in an 8-0 hole early on, 5:07 to go here in the opening quarter. St. Joe on top of Southern.
The Rams, number 11, Luke Inferno. His first, team's third.
Joe, I got fouls on Silva and Inferno. Who's the third one?
Ridgway,
Thank you.
you put it down for St. Joe. You called that foul on St. Joe.
Who?
20. You called Guerrero.
Oh, yeah, I did.
He doesn't have a foul.
He's not even in the game.
No, he's on the bench.
So coming out of the timeout here, it'll be Jason Prevard trying to complete the three-point play. Can't get the free throw to go, but the rebound comes down to Nick Delva for St. Joe. And Marcus Pierce will reset. Wildcats holding an 8-0 lead, 3 minutes into the opening quarter. Pierce, three ball on the way, is way short. And the rebound is taken down by Cole Robinson, who's into the game for the first time for the Rams. Inferna to bring it across. Again, Southern seeking its first points of the ball game. The ball tipped away there by Jordan Stafford. It'll stay with the Rams. Again, St. Joe's been off for a few days. The Rams just played last night. Maybe some tired legs carrying over to the early part of this game so far. Luke Inferna with the basketball. Again, the Rams beating Toms River East last night. They're 5-1 overall, but facing a tough challenge here today. St. Joe comes in at 2-1. One of the better teams in the Cal. Now a turnover. Another 3-on-1 break this time. Stafford hangs. Can't get it to go, but he will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. St. Joe forcing a lot of turnovers so far and running the break after those turnovers. A lot of 2-on-1, 3-on-2 breaks so far for the Wildcats.
Foul on number 1, Will Devane, his first, team's fourth.
First free throw is good there from Stafford.
Stafford at the line.
Matt Godfrey into the game for the first time for the Rams. So Southern looking for some early answers here. Rams now down 10-0 as Jordan Stafford hits a pair. 2 points in the game for him so far. Full court pressure from St. Joe. Rams able to break it. Here's Godfrey into the corner for Devane. Cut off along the baseline. Back out to Godfrey, but first tipped away, though, by Jordan Stafford. St. Joe very active defensively. And the Rams to inbound down 10-0. Just about halfway through this opening quarter here at the Seagull Classic in Absecon. Nice inbounds pass, and he gets it to go down low. Jay Silva with the first bucket of the game off of the feed from Will Devane. And the Rams are on the board. Silva with 12 points last night in that win over Toms River East. He was the Rams' leading scorer. Southern still in a zone defense. Here's Skillings to Stafford, back to Skillings. Cross court to Pierce. Skillings and Pierce both transfers. Skillings from Highland, Pierce from Middle Township. Pierce cut off in the lane, a lot of contact down there. And we have a whistle. Southern looking for a tie-up. I believe a foul is going to be called here. And it is. So Pierce will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Nick Devane, his first.
Devane picks up the foul. 5 fouls so far against Southern. No foul so far against St. Joe. Pierce hits the first. His first point of the game. He had a 3-ball wiped out early after a traveling violation was called. Pierce to shoot another here. And that one rattles home. So Pierce has 2, and it's now 12-2 St. Joe. Full court zone pressure here from the Wildcats, and they force a turnover. Prevard lays it off to Pierce, and it rolls off the rim. Skillings with the rebound, and he's fouled on the way back up by Nick Devane. So St. Joe giving Southern all kinds of trouble right now with the Wildcats' length, especially in that full court pressure.
Rams foul number 15, Nick Devane, his second, team's 6.
Skillings hits the first. 7 points so far in the opening quarter for Skillings. Ben Ridgway back into the game for the Rams. And Skillings hits a pair. So 8 points in the quarter for Daniel Skillings. 14-2. St. Joe on top of Southern. Full court pressure still in place. The Rams are able to break it this time. And that ball goes off the side of the backboard there as Jake Barbieri into the game for the first time. A little bit rushed on the shot attempt and again hit the side of the backboard and out of bounds, so the ball turns over to the Wildcats. Here's Pierce to bring it across. Over to Prevard. Skip past Stafford, now back to Prevard along the baseline. His shot is short, and the rebound taken in the corner there by Ben Ridgway. Here's Matt Godfrey. Stafford guarding him as he crosses the division line. Poked away, and now here's Stafford with another steal. Jordan Stafford lays it in. Wildcats active defensively as they lead it 16-2 here, under 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Rams trying to weather the storm right now, but it's been difficult, and now another steal by Skillings. Up ahead to Pierce, and Marcus Pierce lays it in. And another timeout called by Southern as the Wildcats of St. Joe are fired up, and why not? They storm out of the gates and lead this one 18-2.
The mission of the South Jersey Basketball Summit organization is continually work at fostering better relations between our officials and coaches. Now in our 8th year as a non-for-profit 501c, we proudly represent the entire South Jersey basketball community from Cherry Hill to Cape May.
There's that one.
All funds annually generated are directed to a number of areas. To be continued.
The Rams forced to call their second timeout here in the opening quarter. They trail at 18-2. Full court pressure still on here by St. Joe as the Rams try to break it. The length of the Wildcats giving Southern all kinds of trouble here. Now in danger of a 10-second violation, and now we have a backcourt violation. So again, the press pays off as Cole Robinson caught it in the front court, then had to step back into the backcourt for the violation. So Wildcats with the ball up by 16 here at the Seagull Classic in Absecon. Stafford up top to Pierce. Southern still in a zone look. Skip pass, Skillings with the three. Back iron, rebound taken down by Alanis Urbonis, who's just into the ball game. And Urbonis gets two on the putback. Seniors battled through some injuries early this season, coming off the bench today. What a weapon for Paul Rodeo Jr. to bring off of that bench. 20-2 St. Joe. And now first foul of the ball game called against the Wildcats. That one will go against Marcus Pierce.
Wildcats number 5, Marcus Pierce.
Will Devane to inbound for the Rams. Southern in an 18-point hole here, under 2 minutes to go first quarter. There's Luke Inferna. They work a play to the corner, three on the way, and it's blocked by Skillings. So Skillings blocks Ridgeway. Pierce ahead to Skillings, drives the baseline, off the rim, no good. Put back, no good. Skillings still battling for the rebound, picks it up off the side of the backboard. And after that, Southern comes away with it. Luke Inferna with the basketball. High screen up top from Silva. Inferna with the right hand, it rolls off of the rim. And rebound taken down by St. Joe. There's Stafford to Skillings behind the back. And that one sails out of bounds. So a turnover there by St. Joe. Jada Byers getting set to check in for the first time. Of course, St. Joe football standout. A reserve in his senior season here on the basketball team this winter. And Daniel Skillings gets a well-deserved break. 8 points so far, a handful of steals as well. Southern with the basketball. Down the lane, and it was blocked down low. Devin Theophile into the game for the first time. Some contact there, so the foul will go against him. And Noah Wasix will go to the line to shoot two.
First, team's second.
First one rolls in for Noah Wasix.
Noah Wasix at the line.
First point of the game. Here comes the second shot from Wasix. And that one is also good. So Wasix hits a pair. Doubles the Southern total. The Rams now have four. We're under a minute to go there in the first quarter. St. Joe in control, up 20-4. Looks like the Wildcats may be content to try to hold for one here, as it's Pierce holding the basketball out near midcourt. Southern not willing to extend that zone defense right now, so here we go. We're going to wait about 30 seconds, and we'll get the final play of the quarter here from St. Joe. Again, the Wildcats come in 2-1 overall. They've been off since the 30th of December, so first game in the new year here for St. Joe. Southern 5-1 overall. The Rams beating Toms River East last night, 37-25, a game in which Jay Silva had 12. He's got 2 so far here in this first quarter. But the bad news for the Rams is they only have 4 as a team. 15 seconds to go, and here comes St. Joe. Pierce with the basketball. Over to Stafford, left wing. Stafford circles back to the top. To Byers, to Stafford, to Pierce, to the baseline. Pull up 2, off the rim, battle for the rebound. Taken down by Silva. And the first quarter comes to an end. A first quarter owned by the St. Joe Wildcats. St. Joe of Hammonton all over Southern early on. It's 20-4 after one.
St. Joseph's Wildcats 20, the Southern. Care will see donations made to their cardiac department. The South Jersey Basketball Summit organizations would like to thank the entire South Jersey community for their continued support.
Set for the start of the second quarter here at the Seagull Classic. Second boys game of the day, fifth game overall here on this Saturday. Southern with the basketball, but trailing against St. Joe Hammonton 20-4. Mike Frankel courtside with you. Matt Ulmer with the live video stream for the rest of the day here. As the Rams try to chip away here in the second quarter. Down the lane, shot up and no good. That was Luke Inferna. And the Wildcats clear with the rebound. Long pass ahead looking for Skillings, but it's taken away by Southern. Here's Devane across the timeline. St. Joe playing without Keyshawn Griffin today. He's in a walking boot on the bench. Haven't needed him so far, though. Now down the lane and getting it to go is Luke Inferna. So a much-needed bucket there for the Rams. And it's Inferna's first basket of the ball game as the Rams trim the deficit to 14. Pierce sets the offense. Skillings, corner, almost taken away. They work it back to Pierce. Here's Daniel Skillings. Prevard, skip pass to Pierce. Now here's Stafford in front of the Southern bench. Skip pass to Prevard. Southern still in a zone defense, 2-3. St. Joe in no particular hurry. Marcus Pierce, bounce pass. Over to Prevard. Now back to Marcus Pierce. Pierce to his left. Hangs in the air, finds Stafford in the right corner. And now St. Joe Hammonton will reset. Nick Delva in there as well, trying to work the high post area. Hasn't seen a touch on this possession, though. Here's Skillings. Over to Prevard. St. Joe trying to see if they can get the Rams to extend a little bit on this zone defense. Southern not biting so far, but still down by 14 here, as this possession is approaching about a minute in length. Here's Pierce, circles out from the left corner. Now here's Delva with a touch up top. Over to Skillings, circles in the middle, hangs off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, though. Falls to the ground. It looks like we'll have a foul. And that one looks to be going against Noah Wasix. Having a talk with one of the officials right now. So a long possession there, and all of a sudden, it'll be St. Joe heading to the line. So Skillings misses the front end of a 1-and-1. They still have 6 fouls up on the board, but that was the 7th team foul of the half. And now a foul committed by St. Joe. Nick Delva trying to take the basketball away from Will Devane. So Southern with the ball, down by 14. Just 2 points total so far in the second quarter. They came from the Rams. Cole Robinson, dribble handoff to Luke Inferna. Inferna, left-hand dribble. Now over to his right, slices through the lane. Pass to Wasix. Now here's Robinson. Finds Inferna in the corner. Stops, pops from the elbow. That ball almost got stuck, comes off the rim, and now another 2-on-1 break. Pierce ahead of the pack, and he lays it in off of the feed from Skillings. So the Rams just not getting back on some of these misses and also some of these turnovers. All kinds of fast break opportunities so far for St. Joe. Devane probing. Finds Robinson down low. That ball is tipped, so no backward violation. As Inferna chases it down. Luke Inferna now to his right. Spins down the lane, lays it up, it rolls off, but a foul is called. Nice move there from Luke Inferna, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Wildcats foul number 13, Jordan Stafford.
Stafford whistled for the foul, his first of the ball game. 4th of the game so far on St. Joe. And here's Luke Inferna, 2 points so far today, shooting 2. First one, nothing but net. Couple substitutions here. Jake Barbieri back into the ball game, along with Jay Silva for Southern. Rams making the trip down from Manahawkin. Quick turnaround again as they just played last night against Toms River East. Second free throw is good. So 2 from the stripe there for Luke Inferna. And Southern is chipping away a bit, now down 22-8. 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Here at the Seagull Classic in Absecon. Skillings in the corner, up top to Pierce. Over to Prevard. Now back to Pierce. Right wing. Urbonis trying to work that high post. St. Joe plays catch now. Urbonis with a catch near the foul line. Into the corner for Skillings. Almost thrown away. Pierce able to corral it. And St. Joe really in no hurry here. Prevard with the catch. 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Urbonis puts it on the floor. Finds Skilling in the corner. Skillings is off the mark. Rebound taken down, though, by St. Joe. And back up and in from Jason Prevard. And now we have a timeout called on the floor by St. Joe as Paul Rodeo Jr. wants to talk a couple of things over. His team in control, though. St. Joe on top of Southern, 24-8. In the second boys game of the day, game number 5 on this Saturday overall, the Seagull Classic. There were also 3 games last night, a full slate on Sunday as well. Our bonus coming our way here at the broadcast table, unable to save it, and it'll stay with the Rams. Atlantic City boys winning last night, Middle Township girls winning. Head coach John Leahy picking up career win number 300. And also Mater Day taking down the Middle Township boys in overtime last night here at the Seagull Classic. Wide open 3 in the corner from Nick Devane. Can't knock it down. And here's Stafford with the rebound. Jordan Stafford. Arnaldo Rodriguez also into the game for the first time for St. Joe. Skillings with the offensive rebound there after the wild miss, but they're going to get him for going over the back. So the foul goes against Daniel Skillings.
His first team.
So Arnaldo Rodriguez getting his first run of the game for St. Joe. Wildcats back off of the pressure just a bit here as Will Devane takes it across. Devane still with the basketball, stolen away by Jordan Stafford. Stafford all the way in and lays it in. 6 points in the game for Jordan Stafford. 26-8. St. Joe extends the lead. Devane dribbles across. Will Devane to his left. Left open for three, so he launches. Back iron, no good. And here comes St. Joe on the break again. It's Rodriguez, but he lost it on the way up. Skillings gathers, and his shot rims out. Rebound ripped down by Jay Silva. Here's Devane. Southern looking for a spark here. Devane wiggles all the way in and gets two.
Rams basket by number 4.
So Will Devane gets the Southern Rams in double digits, still down by 16 though, as the Wildcats hold a 26-10 advantage. 2:38 to go in the first half. Skillings and Pierce play catch again up top. Rams still in the zone defensive look. Bonus catches near the elbow, dribbles in, thought about a shot, out to Pierce. He will shoot for three and connect. A game-high 9 points so far for Marcus Pierce, and all of a sudden it's a 19-point lead, 29-10 St. Joe. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the opening half. Now whistle on the floor, and we're going to count that and one. Nice move down the lane from Nick Devane. So Nick Devane gets his first two of the game just after Will Devane did. And Nick will get a chance to make it a three-point play.
Foul on number 22, Ronaldo Rodriguez. That's his first. Team's 6.
Byers back into the game for St. Joe.
Nick Devane at the line. Shooting 1.
Free throw is off of the back iron, no good. And here comes St. Joe. Marcus Pierce walks it across. Under 2 minutes to go now in the second quarter. Stafford over to Skillings. Bonus, top of the key, launches for three. Off the right side of the rim, comes down to Stafford though. Jordan Stafford dips in looking for Skillings down low. He thought he was rolling to the basket, and it sails out of bounds. Barbieri back into the contest for Southern. Rams trying to get something going here before the break as they trail by 17 to St. Joe. Some token full court pressure now applied by Byers, but Southern able to get it in. And it's Will Devane across the timeline. Devane. Double teamed in the corner there, that's Barbieri, and it's stolen away by Skillings. And what do we have here? A jam. Daniel Skillings with the dunk, his first two of the second quarter, give him 10 in the game. As Skillings throws it down, 31-12 St. Joe. Ridgway thought about a three in the corner for the Rams. Instead, he gets it to Silva, back to Ridgway. He does shoot the three, and it's off the mark. Skillings snares the rebound. Now here's Byers. Pushes ahead to Pierce in the corner. Drives baseline. And Pierce gets it to go. So Pierce now is the game high at 11. And Wildcats on a run here to close out the half. They extend the lead to 21. This ball tipped away, and now we have a whistle. As Stafford thought he had another clean steal. Instead, he'll be whistled for the foul, and that will send Southern to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. So a chance for points here for the Rams with the clock stopped. 45.7 ticks to go before the break. It'll be Nick Devane at the free throw line shooting a 1-and-1. Nick Devane just missing a free throw as he tried to complete a three-point play just moments ago. We'll see what he can do here at the stripe. And that one is good. So Nick Devane, 3 points in the opening half here. I'll try to get the deficit back under 20 for Southern. And the second one is off the mark, and he knew it right away, and he's whistled for crossing the line. It's a violation. 33-13. St. Joe holding a 20-point lead. See if the Wildcats will try to hold for one here. Southern finally switching to a man-to-man defense here, so the Rams coming out of that 2-3 zone D, forced to go man-to-man here. Try to speed up the Wildcats a little bit as we close toward halftime. Here's Byers. Daniel Skillings now. Jid Rahim also into the game for the first time for St. Joe. Here's her bonus down the lane, cut off and taken away there by Ben Ridgway. 2-on-1. Ridgway all the way up, and it rolls off the rim. Devane almost had the rebound, but now here's Skillings going the other way. 10 seconds to go. Poked away from behind by Devane, and now he comes up with it for Southern. A spin. Devane on the run. Down the lane, lays it up and draws the foul. End-to-end action there. Great hustle from Nick Devane. And when the dust settles, he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 3 seconds to go here in the second quarter. First shot is good there from Nick Devane. 2 for 4 at the line so far today. Second shot also good. So Nick Devane with 5. 3 seconds to go. Here's Pierce. Pierce down the lane. Stripped away from behind by Ben Ridgway. And that's how we will close the opening half. But St. Joe in control over Southern as the Wildcats lead the Rams 33-15. Stay with us. Second half action and first half scoring leaders coming up in just a few moments here at the 2020 Seagull Classic. We're set here for the second half between St. Joe Hammonton and Southern. The Wildcats leading the Rams 33-15. Marcus Pierce, 11 points to lead the way for St. Joe in that opening half. Daniel Skillings with 10. Jordan Stafford with 6. For Southern, Nick Devane with 5. Luke Inferno with 4. Quick 3 from Skillings from the corner, way off the mark. And now here's the Rams with the basketball. Luke Inferno with it. Southern certainly with work to do here in the third quarter. Into the quarter now. Circling back up top is Noah Wasicks. A drive, but he can't finish. Luke Inferno, and now here comes St. Joe. Here's Skillings trying to get ahead of the pack. Look for a skip pass, taken down there by Prevard, and he's fouled on the way up. So Jason Prevard will go to the line to shoot 2. He had 4 points in that opening half. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors here at the Seagull Classic. Tournament brought to you in part by Atlanticare, also by the Ocean Casino Resort. Action brought to you by Atlantic Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy here at the Seagull Classic. By Calvi Electric. By Top Crop. Of course, we'll be naming our Top Crop player of the game to follow. Gavin Gibson winning the Top Crop player of the game in the previous contest as Cherokee took care of Glassboro 50-30. Prevard hits a pair. Give him 6, and the lead is up to 20. 35-15, St. Joe on top. And now a steal and a layup by Prevard. Again, that length bothering the Rams. It did so for much of the first half. Same thing here to start the second half. 37-15. St. Joe not allowing some of the guards to get the basketball easily for Southern. But here's Devane now, weaving his way through, steps in the lane. And that's Will Devane. He'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Will Devane with 2 in that opening half. I'd like to thank a few more of our sponsors here at the Seagull Classic. Action brought to you by Elevations, Cabinetry, and Millwork. First free throw is good there from Will Devane. Also brought to you by Bagliani's Market in Hammonton and by the Forza Insurance Group. Second free throw also good from Will Devane. Give him 4, and it's 37-15. Pierce, Stafford, and now Prevard with the ball for St. Joe. Up top here for Nick Delva, who got the start today. Into the corner, Pierce drives baseline, cut off. And we'll have a whistle there against Noah Wasicks. Second foul of the second half for Southern. Rams trailing by 20. St. Joe with the basketball. It'll be Jordan Stafford to inbound here for St. Joe. Ton of contact. Delva hit the deck. We have another foul against Southern. Another one against Wasicks. That's his 3rd. So back-to-back fouls there for Noah Wasicks. And all of a sudden he's in some serious foul trouble. Skillings gets it in this time to Delva. Skillings with it. Now here's Jason Prevard. Lob, miss on the inside, following another miss. Here's Skillings. And now we have a clock issue as that entire possession was run with the clock stuck on 7:08. So while they get sorted out, we'd like to remind you of some of our great sponsors here at the Seagull Classic. Action brought to you by Dondero Diamonds and Fine Jewelry in Vineland. Also by Orlandini Tile Supplies in Richland and in Marcus Hook, PA. Action brought to you by the Deweese Law Firm. Of course, head coach Dave Deweese of Wildwood Catholic. His team will be in action later tonight against Elizabeth. Action brought to you by Ron Ciroli Construction Company, by Atlantic City Cruises, and by Beretta Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Here's Pierce with a 3, and it's good. Marcus Pierce filling up the stat sheet today. He has 14, and now here's a steal by Stafford. Jordan Stafford on the run, and he lays it in. So deja vu. This is the way the early parts of the first quarter went for Southern, and the Rams experiencing this pressure again to start the third, and another turnover as Noah Wasicks travel. So St. Joe really pulling away here to start the third. They were up 33-15 at the half. It's now 42-17. Here's Delva. Now Pierce to reset. Stafford. And now Prevard. Stafford up top. Rams man-to-man this half. They had switched from the zone to man-to-man in the latter parts of the second quarter. And an offensive foul is called against St. Joe here. That one will go against Nick Delva. And now a timeout called by the Rams. As Southern again tries to regroup here. St. Joe on top, 42-17, 6:18 to go here in the third quarter.
Is that your daughter?
My fifth grader, yeah.
She's cold. She knows how to handle that ball. I heard a coach calling her fussing, and I looked at the face. Definitely looked at it. Yeah. I thought he
She handles the ball pretty good.
awesome.
Southern ball after the timeout here. The Rams down 42-17. Mike Frankel, Matt Ulmer with you courtside here at the Seagull Classic. Saturday action. Game number 5 of the day. And it's Delva with a near steal. Almost crashes into our table. Southern still with the basketball. Can't get it to go down low as Wasicks came away empty on the low block. And now here comes St. Joe. Prevard with the basketball. To Pierce and now Skillings. Daniel Skillings, 10 points in the game. Pierce has 14, those two leading the charge so far for St. Joe. Stafford with 8 in the game so far and a handful of steals as well. Here's Pierce. Check there by Inferna. Pierce with the step. Wild left-handed shot, though, is only off of the glass and no good. Here comes Will Devane. Trying to look ahead. Picked off by Skillings. Daniel Skillings, 3-on-2 behind the back. That's a nice pass. And the finish from Jason Prevard. Skillings with the steal and the dime to Jason Prevard. Now 44-17. St. Joe's putting this one away here in the third quarter. Banner Ridgeway double teamed and another steal. Here's Prevard ahead of the pack. Bump from behind. Count it. And one. Jason Prevard with the bucket. He'll go to the free throw line with a chance to shoot another here. 14th turnover of the game from Southern. St. Joe's has been very active defensively. And those steals translating to a number of easy buckets on the offensive end. So it was 33-15 at the half. The St. Joe lead has swelled to 46-17 here with less than 3 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Prevard can't complete the three-point play, but Skillings gets the rebound and lays it back in. Daniel Skillings with the putback, and now full court man-to-man pressure here from St. Joe. Nick Devane able to break it for a moment until a steal, but it's turned back over the other way as Pierce was looking to Jason Prevard ahead of the pack, and the pass just a little bit too long. So the Rams will get it back. Southern no answer for this St. Joe pressure here today in Absecon. Luke Inferna across the timeline. Inferna to his right, hangs in the lane, and it's off the mark. He was double teamed down there. Long pass ahead to Pierce. Marcus Pierce pressing the issue. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the stripe to shoot two. Seagull Classic brought to you in part by Lilliston, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Rams foul number 31.
Brought to you by Coraluzzo, Petroleum Transporters of Vineland. First shot is good from Marcus Pierce. He leads all scorers with 15. Pierce hits a pair. So Marcus Pierce with 16. It's now 50-17. St. Joe dismantling Southern here at the Seagull Classic. Rams on the run, and the layup is good for Matt Godfrey. So Godfrey gets his first 2 of the ball game. And it's now 50-19. St. Joe with the basketball. Theophile back into the game. He got a little run at the end of that first half. Back in the mix here in the third quarter. Pierce up top to Theophile. Pierce for 3, and that's good. Marcus Pierce lighting it up. He now has 19. 53-19 is the score. So Marcus Pierce matching the Rams' output by himself. And the Rams unable to come up with anything offensively again. And Theophile with the defensive rebound there.
Rams foul.
Jada Byers back into the ball game. Jason Prevard heads to the bench.
His third, team's 6.
Again, Camden Catholic versus Elizabeth on tap here. We'll have the live stream of that. It'll be Mike Gill. Dave O'Sullivan will have the call of that one. Tip-off set for right around 5 o'clock. They'll also have the call of Rancocas Valley versus West Deptford to follow. Pierce thought about a 3. Couldn't quite get the handle. Now he drives, hangs, hits. Let's see if they count it. And they do not. Will be a 1-and-1 though, so Pierce will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. See if he can get to 20 points.
His first, team's 7.
2020 Seagull Classic, proudly brought to you by the all-new Tropicana in Atlantic City.
1.
Pierce hits the first to give him 20. So a big afternoon from the Middle Township transfer Marcus Pierce, who's fitting in nicely in Hammonton here, leading the way for St. Joe. Cruise control right now for the Wildcats, up 54-19. Second one rolls around and falls out. About the only thing that's gone wrong for St. Joe so far this afternoon. Now here are the Rams on the run. Jake Barbieri strong to the bucket, and he'll earn a trip to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Wildcats foul number 23. Devin Theophile.
First shot is good there from Jake Barbieri. First point of the day. Gets the Rams to 20 points on the afternoon.
Barbieri at the line.
Second one is no good. And the rebound taken down by Devin Theophile. St. Joe's walks it across. It's Pierce. Skillings, deep 3. Off the mark, battle for the board. And the Rams have it. Looks like Devane over there coming away with the basketball in the corner. Nick Devane. And he brings it across the timeline. Looking backdoor for a teammate, cut off by St. Joe. Now Jay Silva catches up top. Silva had 12 points in the Rams win last night, just 2 so far today. And this is Matt Godfrey, another strong drive to the basket. And Matt Godfrey will go back to the line to shoot 2 more.
Jordan Stafford, his third, team's 4.
Again, Camden Catholic versus Linden coming up at 5 o'clock. Rancocas Valley, West Deptford coming up at 6:30. Then Wildwood Catholic Elizabeth in a big time, a nightcap at 8 o'clock here on Saturday at the Seagull Classic. First shot no good from Godfrey. More live streaming action tomorrow. We'll jump in with the Ocean City Haddonfield boys at 1:30. Pennsgrove Paulsboro, Timber Creek Burlington Township, St. Augustine Patrick School, and Holy Spirit Pleasantville all to follow on Sunday. So stay with us. Here's Pierce hard to the basket, no good. As the Rams came up empty from the free throw line at the other end, and now Pierce will get 2 at the stripe at this end. Some of those times tomorrow. First, it'll be the Ocean City Lenape girls at 12 o'clock. Then the live streaming begins with the boys, the Ocean City boys versus Haddonfield at 1:30. Pennsgrove Paulsboro is set for a 3 o'clock start. 4:30 it'll be Timber Creek, Burlington Township. That Patrick School St. Augustine game set for 6. And then the tournament finale at the Seagull Classic, 7:30 tomorrow, Holy Spirit against Pleasantville. Pierce hits the first. Give him 21. And he hits them both. 22 for Marcus Pierce to lead all scorers. Outscoring the Rams by himself so far today, 56-20. And this ball goes out of bounds. Let's see who it touched last. Looks like they're going to say it went off of Jada Byers' foot.
No mercy rule. 35 plus.
Buddy Tarbotton looking for a running clock here, but no mercy rule. High school hoops in New Jersey. So here we go. Southern plays on. A lot to play for still if you're Southern. Try to work on some things. Obviously this game out of hand at this point, but still a very promising start for a young Southern team under first-year coach John Pampalone. 5-1 coming in. Trying to make some noise in the Shore Conference and Group 4 later this season. Rams work it down low, and the layup is up and good by Barbieri. His first field goal of the game. He has 3 points so far today. Here comes Pierce across the timeline. Some other players into the game for St. Joe. That's Jid Rahim in. Byers with a nice move. Draws some oohs and some alls, but a traveling violation. So the Wildcats turn it over.
The Wildcats, Rams possession.
Nick Devane to walk it up for Southern. Guarded by Pierce, almost taken away again. Devane spins free though. Stop and pop near the elbow. That one's long. Rebound taken down by Theophile. Ahead of the pack to Skillings. Skillings with another jam. Daniel Skillings with yet another dunk. And we have a foul called on the play. So Skillings throws it down for the second time this afternoon. We also have a whistle here looking to go against Southern. They're going to get Noah Wasix on the play. Not sure exactly what happened, whether it was some contact after the dunk or something was said down there, but either way.
Going to send Daniel Skillings to the line.
So Skillings shooting just one, so the foul did occur in the action of the shot. So it was a dunk and one. Skillings unable to complete the three-point play, but still 58-22. St. Joe very much in control. Jake Hughes into the game for Southern. He has the basketball. Zips a pass over to Cole Robinson. Robinson trying to back his man in, loses the handle for a moment. Over to Matt Godfrey. Godfrey, tight defense from Byers there for St. Joe. And now the Rams will try to reset. Byers still in his back pocket. Now it's Jake Hughes. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Southern down 58-22 with the basketball. Rams having to work hard for everything offensively here. They work it down low, and the shot in the paint up and good there from Nick Devane. So Devane has a team-high 7 points as St. Joe comes right back the other way, but the shot is off the mark down low from Devin Theophile. Now here come the Rams. Byers with the steal. Up ahead to Theophile, and this time he'll lay it in. So the first two of the game for Devin Theophile. 6 seconds to go. 3 seconds to go, and now we have a foul going against St. Joe with 2.5 seconds left on the third quarter clock. Mike Gill in the house. We'll have the call with Dave O'Sullivan of the Camden Catholic Linden boys to follow this one at 5 o'clock. 3 seconds to go. Southern with the basketball. Long three on the way from Nick Devane. Almost got it to go, but it hits the iron and bounces off. So after three, St. Joe putting the Rams away here in that third quarter as the Wildcats lead 60-24.
The score at the end of 3 quarters of play. St. Joe's Wildcats 60, Southern Regional Rams 24.
Oh, yeah.
Action at the 2020 Seagull Classic, brought to you by Atlanticare, brought to you by the Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City. Also proudly brought to you by Atlantic Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy, by Calvi Electric Company, by Top Crop, by Elevations Cabinetry and Millwork, by Bagliani's Market in Hammonton, by the Forza Insurance Group of Atlantic City, Dondero Diamonds and Fine Jewelry in Vineland, Orlandini Tile Supplies, and the DeWeese Law Firm, just to name a few of our proud sponsors here at the 2020 Seagull Classic. Southern basketball in a deep hole here to start the fourth quarter, down 60-24, as the Rams will try to build some momentum toward their next game here. St. Joe's very much in command here, cruising to a win. 3-ball on the way, and that one is off the mark as Michael Delval into the game for the first time. Can't get it to go. And a whistle down low will send Southern to the free throw line. It'll be Jay Silva at the stripe. Silva just 2 points today. Big game last night, 12 points to help the Rams beat Toms River East 37-25. First shot up and good. So Silva hits the first of two. Second shot coming here for Jay Silva. And that one's good. Silva with 4. 60-26. St. Joe still in command here. Pierce still in the ball game to start the fourth as he brings it across. Arnaldo Rodriguez getting some more run here. Jordan Stafford on the court as well, along with Skillings. And Jid Rahim. There's Rahim with the catch. Looks like Stafford drives baseline, cut off, but a foul is called. And that'll send Jordan Stafford to the free throw line. Double bonus time. That's the 10th foul of the half on Southern. So Jordan Stafford will shoot 2.
Team's 10.
16 turnovers in the game for Southern. That's been the story, as St. Joe has been able to convert many of those turnovers into points. First shot is good there from Stafford. Second shot is also good. So Jordan Stafford, the 4th St. Joe Wildcat to hit double digits, as he has 10, joining Skillings, Jason Prevard, and Marcus Pierce in double digits today. Southern high scorer is Nick Devane with 7. Here's a 3 on the way, and that one rims out as Ben Ridgway can't get it to go. St. Joe with the basketball now. Pierce walks it across. Over to Rodriguez in the corner. Skillings, Rodriguez for 3, and he hits. That draws some loud cheers from the St. Joe faithful. Also the bench going nuts as one of the deeper reserves gets in the scoring sheet. Arnaldo Rodriguez bangs the 3. Here's Ridgway. Down low, count it for Jay Silva, and 1. Off of the feed from Ben Ridgway. So Silva has 6. He'll go to the free throw line with a chance to complete the 3-point play. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors. Ron Ciroli Construction, Atlantic City Cruises, and Beretta Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling of Vineland. Free throw is good there for Jay Silva. He now matches the team high with 7 points.
Silva completes the 3-point
65-29 here.
the old-fashioned way.
Little give and go on the right side, and the layup rims out there from Jordan Stafford. Here's Devane the other way. Will Devane into the corner now. It's Jake Hughes. High post for Devane. Back to Hughes in the corner. 3 on the way. All air. Comes right down to one of his teammates, though, and back up and in. Michael Delval just catches it flat-footed, hoists it right back up and in. 65-31. Some of the regulars still on the floor for St. Joe. You'd expect that to change relatively soon here. 5.5 to go here in the fourth. Pierce dips in, pivoting in the lane, and he gets it to go. Great body control there from Marcus Pierce, adding to his game high. He has 24. Back we come the other way, and the ball is tipped away. Southern looking for Jake Hughes down low, and now we will have some wholesale changes from both teams, it looks like here. Santino Guerrero into the game for the first time for St. Joe. So we try to get some of these other names to you. Anthony Mervich also into the action for the first time for the Wildcats. Nolan Schubinger into the game for the first time for Southern. Had it for a moment. Now here's Jake Hughes back up top. He's swinging across. Inferna for three. And that's way off the mark. Ball is saved, though, by Southern. So the Rams have it in the corner. Inferna right in front of his own bench. Ryan Levitt also into the game for the first time for the Rams. Levitt thought about a three. Nice look down low. Hughes doesn't shoot, though. Now here's a three on the way from the other corner, and that one is no good. Del Val can't get it to fall. Comes St. Joe the other way. Jid Rahim powering through the lane there, and he was fouled on his way to the bucket. Rahim will get a chance to shoot two. Gym here at Holy Spirit High School continuing to fill up as some highly anticipated nightcap games are still to come here on day number 2 of the 2020 Seagull Classic. First shot is good there from Jid Rahim, his first point of the ball game. Again, Camden Catholic, Linden coming up at 5. RV West Deptford to follow as Rahim hits a pair. And then Wildwood Catholic, Elizabeth. Should be a packed house for that one at 8 o'clock. Here's Levitt as the Rams work it around. Some varsity experience for a number of these players on both sides right now. Luke Inferna, though, still in the game. He was a starter for Southern. 3 ball on the way, and down it goes for Nolan Schubinger. Timeout from John Pampalone as he wants to talk things over. 69-34, though. St. Joe cruising toward a victory here with just over 4 minutes to go at the Seagull Classic. Coming out of the timeout, we'd like to thank some more of our great sponsors here at the Seagull Classic. Lilliston, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Coraluzzo, Petroleum Transporters of Vineland, and also Terisi of Vineland. St. Joe with the basketball as some second unit guys get some run here, and that's Devin Theophile with his second bucket of the game.
Basket by number 24.
Three on the way from the corner for Southern, and another three there for Nolan Schubinger. So John Pampalone maybe finding something here. A little deeper on his bench as Nolan Schubinger knocks it down, his second triple and as many trips down the floor. Here's Rodriguez down the lane, a lot of contact, no call. Theophile with the rebound and the putback. Devin Theophile with 6 points in the game. Another whistle here, and that one should send Luke Inferna to the free throw line for a 1-and-1, 9th team foul of the half against St. Joe.
Luke Inferna at the line.
First shot is short, and the rebound ripped down there by Anthony Mervich of St. Joe. Quickly the other way, it was Jid Rahim going up strong. He appeared to be tied up, but also a foul is called as there was some contact down low. So Jid Rahim will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Rams foul number 2, Jake Hughes is first.
First one rolls off. Matt Godfrey back in the game for Southern. course, the action here at the Seagull Classic also brought to you by It's a Rodeo, custom on-site catering. You can call them at 609-839-6209. A rebound, almost a putback. Still working hard on the offensive end, and it's Jid Rahim with down low with 2, I should say. Give him 4 in the game. 75-37 the score right now. Another 3 on the way, and this one is way off the mark there from Nolan Schubinger. Ahead of the pack now is Rodriguez, and he's fouled on the way up.
Rams foul number 3, Matt Godfrey. At the line for Wildcats, number 20.
A lot of whistles in this game. That means the Camden Catholic Linden game won't be starting at 5, but stay with us. It'll start about 10 minutes after this one wraps up. Again, Mike Gill, Dave O'Sullivan will have the call of that one. And Rancocas Valley versus West Deptford. And this handsome gentleman to my right, Buddy Tarbotton, Brian Kniff, be on the call of Wildwood Catholic and Elizabeth tonight. Scheduled for 8. That one should start a little bit later, but it should be a good one. Second free throw is good there from Rodriguez. Some players deeper on the bench from both teams getting some extended minutes here in the 4th as it's a 40-point game, 77-37 St. Joe. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Here's a 3 on the way, and it's long there. As Santino Guerrero just missed the mark. Matt Godfrey across the timeline for Southern. Godfrey splits the defense, loses the handle for a moment. Schubinger another 3, and that one's good. Nolan Schubinger 3 threes in the quarter. So at the very least, make this final score look a little more respectable, but good for him. Some hot shooting from Nolan, and now here's a steal by Southern. Godfrey on the run, and he lays it in. So Matt Godfrey for 2, 77-42. Not going to change the outcome, but certainly if you're John Pampalone, you like to see the fight from some of your younger guys coming off of the bench here in the 4th. Rodriguez for 3, that one off the back iron. Theophile, he's got some spring in his step, gets the offensive rebound. Rodriguez again, slapped out of bounds, and it'll belong to the Rams. 1:15 to go as we count down here in the 4th quarter. Again, Linden against Camden Catholic on tap. And we've hit 1 minute to go here in the 4th. Matt Godfrey down the lane, shovels it off to a teammate. That one off the mark there from Hughes. Leavitt gets the rebound. And that ball skips out of bounds. Looks like last touch by the Wildcats. It'll belong to Southern. Schubinger thought about another 3. He's got 3 in the quarter. Now here is a 3 from Schubinger in the corner. That one off the mark. St. Joe with the basketball here, 77-42. Wildcats get 2 more down low, courtesy of Devin Theophile. So number 23, Theophile, with a nice game off the bench. He has 8 points. 15 seconds to go here in the 4th. St. Joe going to improve to 3-1 overall. Southern will fall to 5-2. One more 3 on the way, and it's good from Ryan Leavitt to get him in the scoring column. And that is how this game will end. So St. Joe taking it to Southern from the start. The Wildcats led 20-4 after 1, and they win it 79-45. Final scoring totals, Marcus Pierce with a game-high 24 points. Daniel Skilling's a big game, 14 points. Jason Prevard with 12. Jordan Stafford with 10. Devin Theophile with 8. Jid Rahim with 4. Arnaldo Rodriguez with 4. And Alanis Urbonis with 2. In the loss for Southern, Nolan Schubinger popping off of the bench to score a team-high 9 points on 3 3-pointers. Jay Silva had 7. Nick Devane with 7. Matt Godfrey, Will Devane, Luke Inferna all with 4. Ryan Leavitt with 3. Michael Delval and Noah Wasix with 2. So that'll do it for this game. Coming up next, Camden Catholic versus Linden. As I'm getting the hook, Mike Gill, Dave O'Sullivan up next.